How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube gameplay of Anthem. This is, of course, from the demo, and what you're seeing here is a gameplay of the Interceptor. Not my first time playing him. I actually played him on free play for a little bit to test out the dodging mechanics, because obviously this is the most important character to have dodge mechanics. So obviously I learned that. But I do apologize, like right here, for looking a little silly and doing stupid things. As you'll see, the gameplay does freeze on and off, like freeze frames. I can't tell if this is just the game itself being poor optimization or if my computer's just being weird. I can't tell unless it's just a demo. I noticed the days before that I didn't have these issues. And I also do apologize that you're not able to see the ending screen because the servers were shut down as I was playing this. So I'm surprised it didn't crash. But overall, the point of this gameplay is kind of give my feedback on the game. Kind of just general thoughts, kind of key points that I have in the game, and we'll go from there. Now I gotta say, gameplay for Anthem feels overall pretty great. I don't really have any complaints on mechanics other than the fix in the water. Whipping the camera around makes me feel like I'm zoomed in with a sniper rifle while drunk. The cursor alone has already done a full 360, while the camera is just lagging behind. So that definitely needs to be fixed, and I'm pretty sure they're already addressing that. I can't really explain it too well on PC, and I'm sure it'll be smoother come consoles anyways. But besides that, controls for PC will have to be changed just a tad bit for me, because I can't really stand the dodge mechanic on my middle mouse wheel, even though you have the dodging on the left control as well. But besides mechanics, I think my mechanic snap aiming is what I call it, is my overall enjoyment for the game. Just all the enemies being everywhere and just snapping to them and shooting real quick, even though I'm not fully killing them. But just something I like to do on PC. And I know I'm not top tier at aiming, but I like to believe I am. And I know I'll get better as the game progresses. And that's just my pride in gaming, really, just for shooters. But going forward, Anthem has done a lot of good things. I think a lot of things that are right versus other games. Off the top of my head, you don't really have to keep farming the same boss over and over again to get the weapon or a certain gear piece, because all your gear is typically just going to be RNG drops. Obviously, you'll also get your Masterworks, which is also an RNG drop. And for those who don't know what Masterworks are, you can find another video for that because there's tons of videos on that stuff. And personally, I'd rather craft the same 10 helmets over and over again to roll better stats versus farming the same boss and hoping for that drop. Because honestly, that's a huge difference in gameplay. Another thing that's really important is that you'll be able to play with people of all levels. So the mobs, the gear, and everything scales for the players individually, making the game feel relatively busy at all times. No sitting in lobby waiting to queue with others. However, I have a slight feeling what happened to the campaign side of the game after the game has been out for a few months. I know there's more here I can list off, but on top of my head, these are just the most relevant ones coming at me. As far as this game scaling across other games and competition-wise, I think one thing that Anthem has going for them overall is just newness, of course. And with the use of kind of like an Iron Man style suits, javelins, to chasing down various enemies that are completely random. Obviously, we see spiders in this gameplay. Anthem really is a diverse game that holds many mixtures in it that you really can't deny. I mean, it has the alien style shoot 'em up. It has the Destiny feel to it, because I'm sure a lot of Destiny players will come to this game. It has the Diablo 3 dungeon crawler loot character build system. I mean, even playing this Tyrant Mine, as this is called, is going after this giant spider boss, as you'll see towards the end of it. And for those who've already played, kind of feels like a better version of Evolve. And that's speaking a lot for it. But having my own degree in game design has always left me pondering about why we don't have the best aspects of every game put into one. And I obviously don't mean like take football mix it with basketball. I mean completely something in range of each other that Anthem has done, but I feel has only done half right. But it's definitely a start in the right direction. And so what I mean by half right is that it's kind of how the future is going to unfold with Anthem. Will this game keep people playing? Will the dungeon kind of grind be worthwhile? How do they recreate the fun aspect of grinding the gear, kind of like what Diablo series did? Diablo 3, for example. I love the idea of rifts. For those who don't play Diablo 3, the rift is a randomly generated portal of all enemies you've ever encountered playing the game. I know BioWare has already announced that their encounters will always change based off how hard difficulty goes and how we play. I know they've already announced that new content to hit as soon as we're all averaging around level 30. I also know they mentioned that we would hit Grandmaster 3 difficulty faster than imagined. The issue still stands that we would surpass through the game faster than they can dish out content, which isn't a bad thing, but you'll be left with, what do I do now? Of course you can always work on another javelin, but you'll be max level just because your suit or character itself will be that level. You're freelancer. So just to be honest, I don't know how many of you are excited for the free play stuff, but that's not going to keep me going on the game. In fact, it kind of just seems like a cinematic way to explore the world and get crafting materials without special events taking place. Although I've kind of heard them say that they're going to do a lot of special events inside free play. Something they should do with events is make it a trigger versus just a single day or 3 times a day kind of thing. And for example, like if you work a 9 to 5 job, but the event's held at 12 p.m., of course you'll miss this. They can make the event happen at 6 a.m., 12 p.m., 6 p.m., or however they deem necessary. But personally, I think it'd be better if they just place the event on the said day, and if I go to free play mode, I can trigger that event by exploring around. Maybe make the queue separate for those who've already done the event, or have done the event, that we can queue with them. Or maybe let those players who have already done the event take place in the event again. I mean, the drops are RNG regardless. And worst case scenario, if you want to take away their 100% best drop, that's fine for people who've already done it. But kind of up to the player, I guess, or however you prefer it. Now, one thing I'd like to see is a small mix-up of change for the abilities that we have for each javelin. I would like to see a different ultimate, and I believe this has already been confirmed, but obviously I'm not going to release anything just yet. I'm also aware of adding in new javelins, which is also great. I can't imagine what they'll even have lined up for us to even play. I'm kind of excited for it, honestly. The very first thing I mentioned when they announced Anthem and having javelins was a javelin that would have a bow and arrow system, which I think to me would be really cool for this game, and probably really challenging, obviously. But like for example, I mean like Ranger's general missile lock-on system that he has, and it fires out like 9, 10 different missiles or 12 bolt missiles, however many it does. It would be kind of cool to actually change it up to like a pistol style, kind of like from Overwatch, with McCree, and just like lock onto people and have like a 50 cal Magnum pistol or something much larger, obviously for shooting aliens or wherever we're shooting at, and just one shot, decimate everybody that's locking onto. They can also do something like that. I mean, there's a lot of things they can do in this game. Kind of the last thing I want to talk about, even though this video is not too informative, it's kind of just my thoughts on the game. Am I going to play this game? And I'm not a huge third-person shooter fan. However, I've played Destiny. I like Destiny. Not for the story. Obviously, the story sucks. I've played Diablo. I love Diablo. I played Evolve, and I liked Evolve. So, that's an easy yes. This game really brings minigames I like into one, and so far has the plan to make it better. Now, in most games, I typically play the upfront, in-your-face chaos style fighting. So typically this holds true for the rogue, like warrior, or some kind of style of in-your-face, which probably already has some people guessing that I'm going to play Interceptor. Now, I do like the dodges the javelin has. However, it did feel clunky, and I don't care for going in to hit something for 3 or 4 times to get back out. I also felt when I would make even a small attempt at going in, I would be shut down instantly with 3 or 4 shots and have to escape, otherwise I'd die. You'll pretty much see this in the gameplay right now. So I felt very useless, and maybe this was just part of the demo, but I just couldn't tell. Obviously when this comes out, I'll probably give him another shot. So next you would have Ranger, Storm, and Colossus. Now we can kind of eradicate Storm completely, which, don't get me wrong, his abilities are by far probably the coolest in this game. And I'm just not really a spellcaster type of player, I should say. I want the gameplay to feel fast. I want to feel quick and have snap reactions. So this would pretty much eliminate the Colossus as well, and it stands true for me. My go-to javelin when this comes alive will be the Ranger. Simply put, that I love that I will be playing with my guns more often than I will with my abilities. Now, the Ranger is jack of all trades, obviously, so I can be other face or I can be distant. I can make a melee build if I want to, or I can just stand far away. I mean, it's up to me. But my main focus would probably be a glass cannon kind of build, that way I can nail down the dodging and have peak performance at all times. Which hopefully do add stats in the game per run or so, that I can kind of see my accuracy, see my damage output, see if I did the most damage versus other players, just stuff like that. And plus, it would ideally kind of help out Coffin there. People analyze their builds. Like, if you can understand your potential, what you did in that gameplay, you should be like, okay, oh, I didn't set enough primers, I didn't do enough detonating, you know, like just something that let us see all of that stuff. And I kind of assume that they'll do that. So without further ado, enjoy the gameplay, and I guess I'll see you guys on Anthem.
Why is there a door to a cave?
To keep something out?
Or
Did you just yell?
Oh, the big bad Corvus agent's not a fan of scorpions.
what? Not rabbits. Their likability isn't up for debate.
Wow. It's almost peaceful down here.
Scorpions can't swim, right?
Don't worry, Seth. I won't let them get you. That's a lot of eggs.
You know what they say? You've got to crack a few eggs to make an omelette.
I don't want that omelette. What is that?
Another relic. Careful, freelancer. It's unstable.
I hate it when they do that.
What do we do now?
Gather the fragments and silence the relic.
Heads up, scars incoming.
How'd they get down here?
Bastards love to burrow.
Almost done. Only a few fragments left.
Hey, freelancer.
More scars, I know.
He's looking extra powerful.
Hey, door's still closed and there's nodes everywhere.
Given the limit, it should work itself out.
Should.
Energy readings are stabilizing, albeit slowly. Just stay in the center. Any interference will cause the energy to spike again. Freelancer, stay on the platform.
don't think our friend like that.
Too bad. I'm just getting started.
It got quiet.
Bet it'll stay that way.
It's pretty dark in here.
Throw down a flare. It'll help.
You freelancers have tools for everything.
Back into the deep.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Remember? It's only a scorpion. But bigger.
A lot bigger.
Not helping.
It would be unprofessional to cut the link, right?
Highly.
Damn it.
Next time, I expect big-ass bugs to be in the mission briefing.
You'd have to show up for that to help.
is unnerving.
I wonder how many years it'll take me to forget that thing.
What a weird dream that was. Holy shit.